Hello, musical friends and family. Today is January 2nd, 2025, and it is Thursday. Happy Thursday. And sadly, sorry I didn't talk about yesterday about what plans I had for this year in terms of music, in terms of Apron Life, and in terms of what's the plans for this channel this year. Reason being is because, well, I worked on New Year's Eve. I worked at the second job, the Lumberman job. They close until 6. Little bit of up and down scale in terms of busyness, but it's okay. We made it through. Now, yesterday, I was magically off. Thank you so much. And what I did was I had a very strong edible for New Year's Day. And I fell asleep and knocked out. And all of a sudden, when I knocked out, I slept for how many hours, and I woke up with a horrible headache. And I was just like, oh my god, did I overdo it? I think I did. So, therefore, there was no talking video yesterday. But I just didn't want to leave y'all hanging for Friday, tomorrow. So, let's do a quick talking video today. I don't have a lot of time to talk because I have to work this morning at the first job. And I start at 10 a.m., so that means I have to leave a little bit earlier because it's a little bit further from my home. So I'll comfortably leave around like 9 something. But let's talk about quickly what plans I have for this year for 2025. And it still is going to be a song a day. Now, I did say I wanted to do a memoir where I mostly share past work. I did post that in a community post. But I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? No. We're going to be posting some new songs as well as some new melodies because this is just what I do. Who am I to say to share nothing but past work and just, upload and go home, upload and go home, upload, sleep, go home, upload, go to work, whatever. Who am I to do that, I've been down to myself my whole entire life, but yet, yeah, here we are. So, that's the plan. We're not going to be doing a memoir. We're going to be doing mostly of new songs as well as some past work on the days that I cannot make it. And then we're going to do new melodies because melodies is something that I can actually do. It's something that I can actually produce. Easy for me. I actually have a plan for an upcoming melody playlist, like how we did last year. Like we did a melody for Twilight. We did a melody for Crystal and Stones. We did a melody for like playlist that kind of caters to one thing and focus on that. So I have a plan for what a new melody playlist that would be, and that's going to be coming up, I want to say in April, because this month is already set and I have an idea. February is already a given, love songs and heartbreak songs. March is definitely a given because that's the Irish St. Patrick's songs and also International Women's songs. So I have an idea for that month. It's April, it's like the wild card. So we're going to make April a playlist dedicating nothing to melodies for the next how many days in April. So, and of course, May is Cinco de Mayo. That's more like the Spanish Latin songs. We're going to actually continue with that. So I do have a plan for the rest of this year. I do. I just got to jot down and then, whatever comes to me, and then I'll put it together. But I promise you there is a song a day for 2025. Because this is just what I do. Now, for that being said, well, actually, what else do I need to talk about? Oh, yeah, Apron Life. What's Apron Life going to be about? Well, it's going to be about working these 2 jobs, starting completely over, and what's the everyday challenges is like working these 2 jobs. And also talk about, because I don't think anybody talks about, the reality when you have a platform that's not, that it's looked at as a library. So you kind of have to, got to pay bills, right? So working 2 jobs it's not that bad. And, when you have a goal, you're on a mission, and so the mission is to learn as much as we can from each place. Even though one place is really not that, people like, why are you keeping this? Why you're letting it go? I have a reason to keep it. The second one is more of a better, like a path for a possible future, a possible career, a possible something, and it's a door for an opportunity, but I want to learn as much as I can from that place too. Because if you think about it, the learning never stops. It does not stop in this life. So what is Apron Life? What am I going to do with Apron Life? When it comes to Apron Life, I'm thinking of doing 2 separate videos, so 1 job per video. And I have a code name because I'm not going to say what places I work at, but they're all in code. 1, because I value my protection and privacy. 2, I don't want them to say, oh, you can't use our name in your video because you're not sponsored. All that bull crap mess that people were talking to me about. I'm like, look, it's not that big of a deal. What I'm going to use is code names. So you have the Lumberman job, that's already a given. Now I finally have a name for the other job, and I'm going to call it Global Gifts. And Global Gifts is going to be about, I think how I'm going to introduce Global Gifts is that I'm going to buy something from my job. I'm going to buy something I never tried before. Maybe how about food, or how about a certain product, or incense, or testing out a candle, like as in smell. So things like that. That's how you know when it's going to be about the Global Gifts job. And then the Lumberman job, well, I have some pictures, some videos that I would like to share. It's not going to be an entire whole thing, but it's going to be part of that journey. And so you walk right through, see the Lumberman job in my eyes. How do I look at it? People look at it like, oh, it's an everyday job. Me, I'm always like, oh, wow, this is cool. Why is this like that? Or how come this is that way? How come, things like that. And so, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to do 2 separate videos. I'm not too sure what's the schedule going to be like. I'm not too sure if it's going to be on a certain day or whatever day, but we're going to fit as much as we can throughout this year because it's part of it now. I'm going to try to work on an opening song about the Apron Life, and I'm going to do something on the piano. I'm going to do something like that. So that's going to be Apron Life. So we have the Global Gift job and the Lumberman job, and 1 job, I wear a black apron, which is Global Gifts. The other one, I wear a very bright color. The Lumberman job. So, that's what's going to be the plans about Apron Life and how it's now part of my journey. Alright, and the thing is I want to talk about is my debt. We're going to talk about that throughout the way. I am paying it off gradually as time goes by, as well as saving money as well. And even though it's going to be I just got to do what I got to do. I said I'm going to be out of the woods, out of my debt mess. I'm going to talk about it. I'm estimating it that I'm going to be done by this year, October. So it's going to be a while, but we're going to do it. We're going to get out of it. And talk about debt, because I don't think a lot of people, don't want to talk about the bad part. They don't want to talk about, oh, well, you don't need to know my business. No, sometimes it's good to talk about these things when you feel like you're the only one that's going through this. You're the only one that's dealing with this. And then people who help you and guide you and not distract you, that you just need to stay in your lane and focus on the goal and focus on the journey. Focus on being in your lane, which that's what I'm going to do until I get myself out. So that is the plan for 2025. There's still going to be a song a day in 2025, which is book 4. It's going to be a combination of new songs. I'm going to put the in parentheses new. Some are old, but we're going to do melodies as well. That's going to be part of this year. And Apron Life, which we have one video is about Global Gifts job. The other one's going to be about the Lumberman job. And we're going to talk about it, the whole journey as a whole, what that's like for me. What that's like starting over a new job when you're not in your 20s. Like being in your 30s, you feel like, oh, it's over. When really it's not over, because the knowledge never stops. And then we're going to talk about my debt throughout the way. And that's going to be a dedicated playlist. I'm not too sure how many videos I want to talk about it, but we're going to be talking about it. Okay, so I think that's it for this talking video. I cannot wait to share today's song, though, at 11 a.m. It's a new one, and it's actually about... So what am I going to do for this month in January before I go? I'm going to be focusing on the song